revisit something I touched on in the squat video. So we kind of talked about, the importance of being strong to produce force, in your perspective of sports. So the strong athletes are the ones that are going to be able to produce higher forces. That is definitely true, especially, that's why it's especially important for you to be able to squat well, obviously. But I think even more important than that is to be able to produce force quickly, right? So you're an athlete, the whole goal is to beat out your opponent, right? If you're playing soccer, right, you can't break away from somebody if you're just slowly, trying to make that transition, make that change of direction. You gotta be able to do it quickly. You gotta be able to produce force quickly. Okay, so it's important to be strong, but it's important to be strong with speed. Okay, so power is the kind of name of this video, kind of understanding how to produce power effectively and the most power. Okay, so power is basically force and time, right? So force over time. And so you want to be able to produce force with high rate of force development. Okay, so it's strength with that time component. To be able to do that, we want to be able to recruit higher order motor units. Okay, so motor units are the kind of the unit of strength, the unit of contraction, okay, muscle contraction. So a motor unit consists of the muscle fibers and the nerves that innervate it. Okay, so that's what produces force. Okay, so you need the nerve and then you need the muscle too, not just one or the other. Okay, so those higher order motor units are the ones that are going to be able to allow you to produce higher forces. Okay, so the strong athlete or the person with good genetics, the person that has those fast twitch kind of muscle fibers, are able to tap into higher order, recruit higher order motor units to produce those high forces. Okay, so you want that. So power includes force. So you want to be able to produce those higher forces. But also important for power is, again, the time. And so you want to be able to get to those, you want to be able to reach, to tap into those higher order fibers. You can't reach those motor units, excuse me, unless you have a high what's called firing rate. You guys are going to notice the time between your dip and your drive being shortened when you're able to produce power more efficiently. Okay, so for example, a slower jump would be that versus somebody that's a better jumper. They're gonna be able to get up quicker. Okay, so they're going through that dip and drive quicker, and they're not gonna be on the ground as long because they are producing force as efficiently as possible to be able to jump higher. Okay, so you don't want to jump like that. You're not going to be able to get up the side. You want to, all right away, dip and drive, dip and drive, dip and drive. It's all about quick. It's all about beating your opponent. Okay, so whether that's a jump, whether that's change of direction, you can't change direction slow. You got to go fast. Okay, so to be able to go fast, we have to develop higher power outputs. Basically, firing rate is you have that term rate, so that's that time component again that comes up for power. And so you want to be able to have a high firing rate, and so that can be developed with training. Okay, and that's going to help you get to those higher order, fast twitch, high force producing motor units, if that makes sense to you guys. So we got power, incorporating the force, the force factor, and then the time factor. Okay, so change direction, right? Jumping, right? You don't jump for jumping. The jumping is the best example. Jumping, you want to be able to minimize that ground contact time. Okay, so the person that is not on the ground as long in that jump phase is going to be able to get up higher because they're producing higher forces at a quicker rate. Okay, so they're able to hurry up and get up versus going slow. You're not going to be able to dunk the basketball, right? You got to be able to get down and get up really fast. Okay, down, up, very fast. Okay, so that's where power comes in with sport. So it's important for you guys to train not only, you know, strength specific, but like once you kind of get the strength down and you're able to handle those heavy loads in stable positions with good posture and all that, you got to kind of move on to training for that speed and quickness. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed it, and go ahead and comment below too. I want to keep this a community, so definitely reach out to me or anybody else in our little TV Fit Squad with questions or comments, okay? Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as well, and tune in every Monday for a new video on the Athlete's Corner. All right, guys, TV out.
Things unseen, every book of life's a mystery. Let them if you feel it to your forehead, the ceiling if you made it past the misery. This